cannot wait to hear what I have to say. Tom, that intro is exactly how I wrote it for you, brother. Hey, let me ask you this, you guys. How many of you have been to an event like this before, or this is your first time? Half the group's going, what is he talking about? It is early out here. I'm so glad you guys got up early to come out and spend a little bit of time with us. Your game doesn't even start till next week. Right?
That's right.
I have a game tonight, because I'm from Milwaukee. Packers, Broncos. I'll meet you guys all in New Orleans. Deal? Deal? All right? Yeah, the Broncos. All right. I know we have people from Seattle here like, hey, don't forget about my Seahawks. We're forgetting about your Seahawks. All right? Hey, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here, but guys, we gotta get loose a little bit. Just do me a favor. I need you to just sit on the edge of your seat for just a second. You paid for the whole thing. You're only gonna need the edge the rest of the way. All right? Just sit on the edge of your seat. Just stretch out. I know it's early. Stretch it out, and just give yourselves a big round of applause for being here. Okay? So much because you just helped me win $50 from Tom and Denise. Because I bet them I would have you on the edge of your seat and applauding in less than 5 minutes. So you can pay at the window, my friends. Alright, here's what we're going to do, you guys. We're just going to, I'm going to keep this incredibly informal, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here this morning. But what I really, really, really want you to understand is that this opportunity is bigger than you think it is. It's bigger than you think it is. And I'm going to expand your vision here a little bit. As big as you guys think this is, I want you to add a zero. I mean, if you're sitting there going, okay, if I could just make an extra $1,000 a month, it's like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to make 10 grand. If you want to make an extra 10 grand, you're going to have to make 100. If you want to make an extra 100, you're going to have to make $1 million. Add a zero. Just add a zero. My job is to sort of expand your vision here today. Guys, you walked in, I guarantee you're going to float out. That's fine, sweetie. Yeah, that's good. Thank you very much. But as I go through this here today, I want you guys to put yourselves in the situation and the stories that I'm going to tell you. Because I'm going to sort of give you a little bit of a reality check today. We have an incredibly simple business to build. It's an incredibly simple business. It's not easy, but it's simple. You know, those of you who I haven't met, let me just tell you my story real quick. It's amazing to me, guys, that I've been in this industry now for 22 years. And 22 years ago, when I was first introduced to this concept, I was a full-time school teacher not making enough money to do the things that I really wanted to do. I saw this as a way to supplement my teaching income. Never ever did I think it would replace my teaching income. Thought it would be a great supplement. Got in, started working the business 3 to 5 hours a week. After a year of doing that, my wife Colleen left her teaching position. A year and a half later, I was able to leave mine. So I've been doing this business full-time for almost 20 years. But the best part is, guys, is that I am not a superstar recruiter. I haven't brought thousands of people into the business. I brought in less than 400 people into this business in the last 22 years. Okay? I mean, do the math. It's way less than one new person a month. But what I've done, you guys, I've been able to put together a system where people can go out there and just do the exact same thing that I did. They go out there and they just talk to a few, who talk to a few, who talk to a few, who talk to a few. And over this time, guys, we built a group of more than $170,000, which is equated to almost $16 million in commissions. This is a big deal. This is a really, really big deal. When you go out there and you talk to your friends and your family members and they're telling you, oh, you're nuts and you're crazy and don't quit your day job, it's one of those pyramid deals. They may be sincere, but trust me, they are sincerely wrong. They are sincerely wrong. This business works. I don't care what your financial goals are. Guys, you can hit them with this thing. When I first got started in this business, my goal was to supplement my teaching income by $200 a month. Because that's what my car payment was. My car payment was $203 a month. You guys are looking at a real visionary up here, okay? Right? Well, we did that pretty quickly. And then we said, okay, my wife is Colleen, and Colleen and got together, and we said, well, listen, if we can make enough money to make our car payment, maybe we can make enough money to make our house payment. It's like, okay, well, let's shoot for that. Well, sure enough, a few months later, we started to do that. Well, then Colleen said, maybe we can make enough money so that I can stay home with the kids. Okay, I've got 3 kids, all boys except 2 girls. too early for that kind of stuff. Gosh, Steve. At the time, we just had Megan and Emily. So about a year into our business, Colleen left her teaching position. Well, guys, then I got a little jealous. And I said, if we can make enough money so that you can stay home, maybe we can make enough money so that I can stay home. And sure enough, about a year and a half later, I left my teaching position. But guys, my ultimate goal, okay, was to make $5,000 a month. I thought to myself, if I could just get to a point where I'm making $5,000 a month, that would be like nirvana. Right? Because that's coming from somebody who used to make $23,000 a year as a school teacher, now to make $60,000 and not have to answer to anybody? Come on. How can it get any better than that? A lot better. Okay? It can become a lot better. So what I want to make sure you guys understand is that you've got to have definite goals, but when you hit that goal, set another one, set another one, set another one, set another one. I want all of you guys, before the weekend's over, go test drive your dream car. Go test drive it. I don't care what it costs. Go test drive it. Smell the leather, feel the smooth ride, hear the stereo system. Because I can guarantee you guys, once you drive that car, you'll figure out a way to get it. You'll figure out a way to get it. That's why those car dealers want you to drive those cars. Okay? Come and drive the car. It's the old adage that if you don't want a dog, don't pet a puppy. You'll be coming home with a dog, won't you? All right, you guys, here's what I want you to understand. I want you to understand the simplicity of this business, all right? And here's what I want to teach you guys here today. The simplicity of this business is this. Here's you. It's not like you're going to go out there and bring a whole bunch of people into this business, because you don't have to. What I want to teach you guys to do here today is I want you to learn how to build what I call a success unit. And guys, what a success unit is you're going to go out there and show 3 people the business. All right? So in other words, you are taking the what? Healthy body challenge. You bring 3 people in. And then you teach those people to do the same, who do the same, who do the same. That's it. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Now, I know you're looking at me going, oh, Steve, this is great, but how do I get these 3 people? But guys, if you look at this thing, and seriously, if you look at our compensation plan, and you open that thing up, if you stare at those numbers long enough, they will start to move. It's crazy, okay? But here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to look at the comp. I want you to look at this page right here. Go out there and build as many of these success units as you possibly can. Because if you can go out there and build this, everything else takes care of itself. And I'm going to show you the upfront money if you just go out there and continue to build these success units. And I don't care if you're a regional marketing director, if you're an executive, or so on, I'm going to show you the kind of money that you can make up front. Because a lot of people get in and go, oh my gosh, I just spent $500, I just spent $600. How do I get my money back? How do I get my money back? I'm going to show you how to get your money back like this week if you're interested. Now, the big question here is, how do you go out there and bring these 3 people in? Well, I'm going to explain that. But first of all, I want to give you just a little bit of a reality check in how this business works. You know, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you guys to go out there and make a list of all the people that you know and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But let me just tell you what is going to happen in your business. And as I tell you these stories, I want you to keep this in mind. Because if you guys truly believed in obviously you believe in Youngevity and our system, or you wouldn't be here today. But as I go through this, I want you to just continue to look at this chart, and I want you to say to yourself, I can do that. I mean, seriously, how many of you are looking at this going, okay, I guess I can do that? That's pretty simple. Okay, it's not like you're bringing in 12 people. You've got 12 people in your group, but you only brought in 3. Now, here's what's going to happen, you guys. You're going to go out there and you're going to make a list of all the people that you think are going to be superstars in this business. And that's exactly what I did. When I got in this business, I made a list of all these people, and it's like, okay, this person, this person, this person, this person, these guys are in. Guys, the first 8 people that I shared this opportunity with, can I remember who these 8 people were? These were my can't-miss prospects. These were my college roommates. These were my brothers and sisters. These were, other family members, my best friends. Okay? I thought to myself, all right, I have no idea what I'm doing in this industry. I have no clue what I'm actually doing, but it won't matter with these guys because they're just going to sign up because of who I am, right? We all have people like that. So the first 8 people that I shared the opportunity with said I was nuts, said I was crazy, said the thing was never going to work, and my brother-in-law laughed at me. And by him doing so, he absolutely sealed my success in this business. Because there was no way that I was ever going to let my brother-in-law, Jim, tell me that this thing wasn't going to work. I was out to prove him wrong. The greatest revenge is massive success. And that's what I was out to prove to my brother-in-law, Jim. Well, you guys, 3 years, okay, 3 years after I showed my brother-in-law, Jim, the business, he called me. Now, you got to understand something. He never calls. I saw Jim 9 times in that 3-year period. Okay, I saw him at Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. All 3 years, and we never talked about the business. So when he called me and wanted to talk to me, he didn't even want to talk to his sister. I thought something was wrong. I said, Jim, what's up? He goes, well, Julie and I have been thinking. And I just sat back and said to myself, I'm going to have so much fun with this. I said, yeah? He said, Julie and I have been thinking, and we think it's time that we get started in your business. And I said, Jim, what makes you think I'm going to let you in? He goes, what do you mean? I said, Jim, I showed you this program 3 years ago. Why is it such a good deal today as opposed to 3 years ago? Well, I saw you and Colleen, you bought the house, you bought the car, you quit your job. I said, Jim, that's all true. But to be honest with you, we have all the reps we need in your area. You could pinpoint his house, take a 5-county radius, and not find a rep. Not find anybody working the business, right? I just played with him and played with him and played with him, and after about 15, 20 minutes, I said, okay, I'll see what I can do. Well, obviously, we got my brother-in-law Jim in the business. He wasn't a superstar in the business. You know, he made enough money. He never went full-time. He made enough money to make his house payment, made enough money to make his car payment. But my point is that if I had listened to those people who said that you're nuts, you're crazy, it's never going to work, if I had listened to them, would I have ever had a chance to get my brother-in-law Jim in the business?
No.
No. Guys, the one thing that I absolutely positively did right in this business is that I never quit. I was horrible at this business. I was terrible at this business. And I'll tell you stories all morning long about how terrible I was at this business. You know, I was in the valley of death, and I would tell people everything they didn't need to know about this industry. You know, less is more. I didn't even understand, you know, I had no clue what that meant. I was terrible at this business, but I was great at being persistent. Failure cannot handle persistence. The only way that you guys lose in this business is if you stop talking to people. You know, some will, some won't. So what? So what? You know, a good friend of mine told me one time, he said, you know, Steve, the people that tell you no in this business, they're not willing to make your car payment for you. They're not going to make your house payment for you. They're not going to educate your kids. They're not going to send you on the kind of vacations you want. They're certainly not going to send the kind of money that you want to your favorite church or charity. So why would you listen to them? And chances are the people that are telling you that it won't work and telling you that they're telling you no are broke. Are broke. And he told me, he said, don't take financial advice from people you don't want to be like financially. Guys, hang out with us. Hang out with us. You know, when you're in a room like this, everybody look around. When you're in a room like this, it's easy, isn't it? It's easy to get excited about Youngevity when you're in a room like this, because we're family in here. But Kurt, when we walk outside these doors, guys, it gets tough. People are going to tell you that you're nuts and you're crazy and the thing is never going to work. All right? Let me ask you this. How many of you in this room do Youngevity full-time? Let me see your hands full-time. Okay, that's a big number. Keep your hands up high. That's really, everybody look around. That's a good number for this size of group. Congratulations. Those of us, okay, those of us who do this business full-time, this right here is our working environment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We only have to deal with self-motivated, positive people that want to make a change in their life. That is a great way to live your life. That is a great way to live. So guys, when you're walking out of here, people that are going to tell you, they're going to tell you that you're nuts and you're crazy. Just keep it in perspective. Think about who you're with today and think about that. It's like, well, that's fine. I don't need you. I need three. I need three. Now, another person on my original 8 was my sister. My sister Robin. My sister Robin is, she was the very first name that I put on my prospect list. My sister, she's great. She's an on-air radio personality in a little town called Hoopeston, Illinois. Does anybody know where Hoopeston, Illinois is? One guy. No, you don't. Do you know what the rest of you are missing? Nothing. It is the sweet corn capital of the world, and it smells like it. Okay. Now, my sister Robin, she does a little morning program called the Morning Drive. Now, I'm not real sure how you can have a morning drive in a town of 7,000. Okay. It's the morning tractor drive or something. I'm not sure. Okay? Yeah. It's not so much that Robin knows everybody. Everybody knows who she is. Okay? So I'm thinking, okay, this is my #1 prospect. My sister, she's in, let's roll. So I drive 4.5 hours from Milwaukee down to Hoopeston to show my sister the business. Not only will she not become a rep, she won't even try my service. And guys, this is way back in 1990. I was with a company called Excel Communication. It was telephone service. All it was is phone service, okay? She won't even be my customer. She would not even try a service that she was already using. Nothing changed, and all she's going to do is save money. And she won't do it. And I remember driving all the way back to Milwaukee, hating this industry. Could not believe I got suckered into this thing. I drove directly over to my business partner's house. His name was Pat. I walked into his office. I threw a bunch of stuff on his desk. I said, this isn't going to work. He goes, what do you mean? I said, how am I supposed to get people I don't even know when my own sister won't become a customer? And he looked at me and he goes, so what? I said, what do you mean, so what? He goes, who are you going to talk to today? I said, I'm not going to talk to anybody today. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Let me tell you guys the reason I'm still here today. Pat just sort of leaned back in his chair and he sort of flicked the pen up on his desk and he said, you know, there's no way that this company is going to pay us $20, $30, $40, $50, $100,000 a month for it to be laid down easy. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. Guys, of course your best friends are going to beat you up. Of course your family members are going to give you a hard time. Of course Youngevity is going to lose your order every now and then. Of course those things are going to happen. But I'll tell you this. Every bit of broken glass and barbed wire that you have to crawl over to get to where you want to be, it's worth it. It's worth it. Do I need my sister as a customer today? No. Do I need my sister as a rep today? Do I still love my sister? All right, let me tell you one more thing. I'm just going to tell you stories today. Because maybe some of you are sitting there going, man, I can relate to this. My sister won't be my customer either, man. My sister owns a clothing store in Hoopeston, okay? And this was about, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, 10, 11 years ago. She called me up, and she asked me for $55,000. Okay? The clothing store that she was in, she was just leasing that building, and there was a building across the street that she wanted to buy. Now, you know you can buy a whole building downtown Hoopeston for $55,000, okay? Okay? It wasn't necessarily a loan or anything. She wanted me to buy the building for her, okay? And I just thought to myself, okay, hold on. I asked you to try service. And first of all, I have no problem that she's not a rep. I'm okay with that. But to not try my service, where the only thing that's going to change for her is she's going to save money, and she said no, and then she turns around and asks me for $55,000. That's family, is right. And I just said to myself, you don't get it. You don't get it. You won't try my service, but you're asking me for $55,000. So you know what I did? I gave her the bill. I gave her the money. I gave her the money. No. I gave her the money. You guys, just because she doesn't get it, doesn't mean that I don't get it. Okay? Now, I own a clothing store in Hoopston, and I think there should be a sale. I'm going to tell you this, and you guys can choose to believe this if you want to, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Guys, we all have people in our lives, people sometimes very, very close to us, who don't necessarily want us to succeed. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Okay. My sister would just assume that I'd be teaching school today. Still am. Bigger kids. Here's the only way that I can explain this. Guys, if you take, you got to come with me on this, but if you take a bucket of crabs, come with me on this, okay? If you take a bucket of crabs and you put that bucket near water, and just step back and watch for a while, you'll notice that eventually one of the crabs inside the bucket will start scaling the wall inside the bucket to try to get out. Well, just before they could reach up and pull themselves out, one of the other crabs on the bottom will reach up and snatch them back down. Well, guys, I like to consider myself one of the crabs who got out of the bucket. And I'm looking down at all my friends and family members going, get out of the bucket. Get out of the bucket. Okay? My hand is halfway down. I'll help you every step of the way. But to those people like my sister, okay? For some people like my sister, it's easier for them to reach up and try to pull you back down to their level than it is for them to work real hard to come up to yours. Deal with it. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it.
True.
I don't have an answer for it. But guys, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to run into when you walk out of here today. And the reason that I tell you these stories, and I don't want to scare anybody, but the reason that I tell you these stories is that when you do go out and you have these presentations with the top 8 people on your prospect list, and they look at you and go, are you nuts? You have a college education. You mean to tell me you're doing one of these pyramid deals? I want you to put a little smile on your face and go, oh my gosh, Steve said that was going to happen. Steve said that was going to happen. And you move on to the next person. You don't need a lot of people. Of those original 8 people that said you're nuts, you're crazy, it's never going to work, 6 are in the business today. 2 of them are not. My sister's not in the business, and my Uncle Bob's not in the business. You guys have an Uncle Bob? Would you like another one? my Uncle Bob. I'll tell you Uncle Bob's stories later. He's my mom's brother, and it's just, isn't that great when I tell you I'm going to tell you later that I just start telling you right now? ADD, right here. This guy has suffered, he's suffered financially his entire life. And I keep telling him about this, and he said to me one time, he goes, oh, that thing will never work. So then about 3 years later, he came back to me and he said, I quit my job and everything. He goes, hey man, that thing will never last. Now you know what he tells me, like today? I saw him over Christmas. You know what he told me? Now I'm too late. It'll never work, it'll never last, now I'm too late. Okay? My Uncle Bob has lived his entire life looking at the glass as half empty. It's half empty. You just run from people like that. They just drain your energy. So, you're going to run into that. But guys, this is what I want you to understand. Now, the question is, all right, if I go out there and build this, what does that mean? Guys, I just want you to understand that there's so much upfront money with this compensation plan. Now, to become a regional director, that's the very first position in our company. All you need, promotion level, all you need are 3 people, okay? So let's assume that you guys got yourself promoted to regional marketing director. All right? Regional marketing director is the first level that you can promote to. I'm not going to tell you guys how to get to these levels here today, because you can just read about that in our brochures. But let's say that you became a regional, which really you only put 3 people in, all right? Now, you became a regional, and then you went out there and you built another one of these success units. Well, guys, here's how you're going to get paid. You're going to get, now, assuming that everybody's coming in with the CEO mega pack. They're coming in with the CEO pack. There is no other way to come into this company, you guys. I'm going to explain that in a few minutes. So, when you bring these 3 people in, obviously you're going to earn 100, 100, 100. That's $300 in fast start bonuses. You are also going to earn $45 in what we call a quick start bonus. Now, that's also assuming that everybody has at least $150 in personal volume, in business volume. 150 bucks a month, pretty minimal number, okay? So you're going to get 30% of that, which is 45, 45, 45, 135 in quick starts. Now, because you are a regional marketing director, you also get a $15 coding bonus on these 12 people here. So 15 times 12, that's $180 in coding. So guys, if you just go out there and build one of these success units, you just put $615 in your pocket. That is really, and that's paid weekly. This is weekly money here. So that is really, really good upfront money. Now, what you generated from these 12 people, if everybody had $150 in business volume, is another $270 in residuals. That's paid the following month, okay? So guys, by creating just one of these success units, as a regional marketing director, you just put $885 in your pocket. There's not one person in this room who doesn't need an extra $885 the week after Christmas, right? Credit card bills are going to be coming due, and you sit there and go, $885? Okay, I can use that. All right, let's say that you got yourself promoted to executive marketing director, the second level. Same thing. You're now an executive marketing director. What we're going to do is we're going to go out there and build one of these success units. And I know some of you in this room are going, okay, Steve, tell me how to build the success unit. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay? Now watch this. Same thing. You bring 3 people in, 100, 100, 100. That's $300 in fast starts. Same quick start bonus, 135. But as an executive marketing director, your coding bonus is now $35 per person instead of 15. So 35 times 12, that's $420 right there. $855 in upfront money that's paid this week. Residual stays the same. So as an executive marketing director, you guys put over $1,100 in your pocket. Quick upfront money with this company. If you are a senior executive marketing director, and I'm going to really concentrate on this position here today with you guys, okay? As a senior exec, same thing. You bring 3 people in, we're going to go build one of these success units. You bring 3 people in, once again, that's $300 in fast start bonuses. Quick start bonus stays the same, 45, 45, 45. That's another 135. But your coding bonus at the senior level here is $100 per person. So now I'm starting to get a little interested. So now you've got 100 times 12. That's $1,200 in coding. Guys, that's $1,635 up front. Get yourself to senior exec. Get yourself to that senior exec position, and then go build one of these success units. When you count the residuals, you just put $1,905 in your pocket. Now guys, think about what it takes to build a success unit. You're already in the business, just bring in 3. Just go bring 3 people in and teach them to do the exact same thing. 3 who get 3. Okay? Now, last position, this is where I'm going to stop you here. Let's say you became a vice presidential marketing director. And the reason I'm going to stop at VPMD, guys, is because this position right here, the senior exec, this is the only position you need to concentrate on. If you are not a senior exec today, you need to get there. And you need to get there like now. And I'm going to show you how to get there. But once you become a senior exec, the next position that you're going to shoot for is vice presidential marketing director. Every time that you promote yourself, you make more money. Okay? It doesn't matter what your position is. All you're going to do is go build these success units again and again and again and again. So, as a vice presidential marketing director, let's go build another success unit. That's $300 in fast start, $135 in quick starts. But look at your coding bonus now. It's $140 per person. Everybody that you bring in, that falls into your VPMD code, which I'll explain what that is, guys, you make $140 per person. 140 times 12, that's $1,600.80 in coding plus the residual. Guys, you just put almost $2,400 in your pocket. And that's paid weekly if you just go build one success unit. Simple, 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 simple. I want you to look at this page right here. Go out there and build as many of these success units as you possibly can. Now, like I said just a second ago, I don't care if you are a brand new person in Youngevity today, or if you are Tom and Denise Chenault at the highest possible level you can get in our company as senior vice chairman. You do the exact same thing. It's not that your presentation is different. It's not that your approach is different. It's not that your game plan here is different. Everything is exactly the same, except the amount of money that you make. You just get paid more money for doing the exact same thing. So that's why I tell people just get to the highest level as you possibly can, as quickly as you possibly can. And guys, if you can go out there and teach people how to build these success units, everything else takes care of itself. You don't have to know how to become a senior vice chairman. Go out there and create. Go create success units. When you build a success unit, guys, who get three, and everybody comes in with that CEO mega pack, that promotes you to a senior executive marketing director. When I bring a brand new person in the business today, I don't talk about regional, I don't talk about executive, I talk about building a success unit and getting them to senior executive, or to a senior marketing director. SEMD, senior executive marketing director. Who get three. Everybody comes in with the CEO mega pack. That means that everybody's got $500 in qualifying volume. That's $6,000 in volume. To get to senior exec, you only need $5,400 in volume. And you need 3 regionals on your front line. And a regional is simply a person who has 3. So you've got 3 who each have 3, and you've got your volume. Guys, we're going to create seniors like we used to create regionals. It's like the regional and the executive position, they're almost obsolete. You just blow right past them. Okay? Now, but this, the question here is how do you go get these? Well, like I told you guys, you're going to get beat up a little bit. But it's okay to get beat up. It is okay, because not everybody's going to do this. And it's okay when you truly, truly understand how this compensation plan works. Guys, you'll understand that you don't need everybody. When I was teaching school, I had 62 teachers in my building. All 62 of those teachers knew what I did for a living. I remember the very first day that I got my teaching position, and the day that I had to report it, new teachers had to report early. I'm in my room, trying to get things organized, and the superintendent of schools came around, and she introduced herself to the new teachers. And the very first thing she said to me was, "So, what else do you do?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what else do I do? I went to college to do this." Because they know that teachers don't make any money. They don't make any money. Teachers, doing it for the money, I guarantee you that, okay? Well, I let those 62 teachers know what I was up to, okay? Now, of the 62 teachers in my building, one would be my customer. One would be my customer. And that was the teacher that I team taught with. So she really didn't have a choice. Okay? She was going to be my customer. But there were 62 other teachers who knew what I was doing that would not do the business with me. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this, and I don't care what you think, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Because I was one of them. But teachers are some of the most closed-minded people you'll ever meet in your life. They think they know everything. It just drives me crazy. I would go to that teacher's lounge, and all I would hear for 15 minutes is how they hated the kids and they weren't getting paid enough money. It was such a negative place. And I said, "You guys, I got a way out. And I showed these teachers what I was doing. Well, about this, I can't remember what year this was, but I told the group, like the other teachers in the building, that I wasn't coming back next year. I said, "I'm going to go do this full time." Well, that fall, guess what? I came back to school. I wasn't making enough money to quit my teaching job yet. And that whole entire year, this is the only thing I heard. How's that pyramid thing going, Steve? You make your first million yet? You driving a pink Cadillac yet? That's all I heard, over and over and over. I'd laugh. You know, on the outside I'm real cool, but inside it's killing me. And all they're doing is fueling my fire. Okay? I said, just wait, just wait, just wait. You guys don't get it. You don't get it. About halfway through the year, I said, guys, I'm not coming back. This is it. Either you're with me or you're not. Well, that next fall, I did not report back. I left my teaching position. And as the years went by, every award that, Colleen and I received, or any time we were mentioned in a book, I would send it to the teacher's lounge. I would send the book, I'd send the articles to the teacher's lounge. Not one phone call. My so-called friends never even called when I didn't show up for work in the fall to say, hey, Steve, how you doing? Hey, congratulations, great job. But nothing. To this day, not one single phone call from those teachers. The moral of the story is, don't expect the other prisoners to be excited when you're breaking out. Okay? Don't expect the other prisoners to be excited when you're breaking out. All right, you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to go build this success unit. The question is, how are we going to do that? Well, ask yourself these two questions. Every single day, you guys, before you go to bed, ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, can the people in my downline do what I did today? Can the people in my downline do what I did today? And number two, when you find yourself just sort of sitting around the house not really knowing what to do with your business, ask yourself this question. If the people in my downline were doing what I'm doing right now, how much money would I make? You have got to lead by example. People will do what you do, not necessarily what you say. So you've got to lead by example. All right. Now, how in the world are we going to go create this? Well, guys, stop me if you've heard this before. But we have got the greatest financial opportunity in the world. And this whole business starts with a contact list, a prospect list. Guys, we could have the greatest financial opportunity in the world, but if we don't have anybody to share it with, how much money are we going to make? We're not going to make any money. You have got to make a list of every single person that you can possibly think of without pre-qualifying anybody. The number one reason that most small businesses fail today is because of a lack of working capital. Plain and simple, they run out of money. Guys, the working capital in our business are people. We will never, ever run out of people to talk to, and it starts with a contact list. Okay? You need to make an inventory of everybody that you can possibly think of without pre-qualifying anybody. All right? Take out your high school yearbooks. Take out a road atlas. If I gave you guys a blank piece of paper, and if I said, I want you to write down every rock and roll band that you can think of, you guys might come up with 30, 40, 50 different groups. But if I gave you a list of 500, you would know all 500 on the list. You just needed some type of memory jog or memory trigger to pull these names out. So as you're creating this prospect list, take out your Christmas card list. Take out, your wedding invitation list. Look at your high school yearbooks. Okay? Take a look at your cell phone. I had a guy, this was less than a year ago. I was sitting down with a guy, and I was going through the presentation with him, and he was giving me all the right signals. He's like, all right, this guy's in. And when we were finished, he said to me, he goes, Steve, this is great, but he goes, I just don't know that many people. I just don't know hardly anybody. I just moved to the area. I just don't know very many people. I said, really? I said, can I see your phone for a second? So I grabbed his phone, and I'm glad it was an iPhone, because I knew my way around an iPhone pretty good. And I went to his contacts, and I just started scrolling through his contacts. And when I got to the end, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I got to the end, and I said, you're not going to believe this, but 425 people stole your phone. And they put their contact in your phone. take the time to put somebody in your cell phone contacts, there's a pretty good chance you call that person. All right? So my challenge to all of you, and I know Tom's got a story about this, and Tom, I want you to talk about that when you come up. I want you guys to go through your cell phone contacts today. And just start with the A's. And just look at all the people that you have not contacted about this business. You'll get sick. I guarantee you, you'll get sick. You're like, oh my gosh, why in the world have I not talked, to whoever? You just look at that list. Oh my gosh. Okay? So make an inventory of everybody that you can possibly think of. Don't pre-qualify anyway. Making a prospect list is the easiest thing that you can do, but you have to be careful because it's the easiest thing not to do. A brand new person comes in the business and they'll say, well, I'll talk to Mary, I'll talk to Sue, I'll talk to John. But what about all those other people that you just couldn't think of at the time? And guys, I'm telling you, it is a sick feeling. It is a sick feeling to show up at a business presentation like we did last night, and you look down the aisle and you go, Bill, what are you doing here? And Bill says, well, Lisa thought I might be interested in this opportunity. And you go, oh, she did, huh? Because you know that Bill should have been on your list. Make an inventory of everybody you can think of. Don't pre-qualify anybody. Now, a good start is a list that has at least 100 names on it. That's a good start. Because guys, out of every list of 100, there's one person on that list who will make your car payment for you. There's one person on that list who will make your house payment for you. And there's one person on that list who will make you financially independent. Now, you guys sitting here this beautiful Saturday morning, knowing that, are you guys willing to go through 97 straight no's, your nutses, your crazies, your going to jails, if you knew those 3 people were next? Yes or no? Yes. Most people won't. Guys, most people won't. Most people, they call their number 1 prospect, get blown out of the water. Call their number 2 prospect, get blown out of the water, and then I get a phone call. Phone call goes something like this. They'll say, hey, listen, Steve. Listen, man, I don't think this thing is going to work. Yeah, I've given it all I've got. I've talked to everybody I know. And they both told me no. I don't think it's going to work. And, guys, let me ask you this. When is it a problem? When is it a problem that 2 people tell you no? When is that a problem? It's when you have 2 names on your list, right? If you have 2 names on your list and 2 people tell you no, then you've got a problem. But if you have 100 names on your list and 2 people tell you no, what's the problem? Next. All you're looking for is to go build a success unit. Don't prejudge anybody. Now, the next slide that I'm going to show you, I need audience participation here. As soon as you can read the words, just yell it out. Just tell me what it says. Okay? Everybody watch the screen. As soon as you can read the words, tell me what it says. Ready?
Jumping to conclusions.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Nice job, everybody. That is what happens when we make our prospect list. You see things in people that are not there. Okay? A lot of people, when they make their prospect list, they overlook people. Oh, she's too successful. He wouldn't be interested in like this. Where's my professional athlete? Where's the pro football player? We're going to make... He's hiding. Don't make a big deal of it. Right? It's like, let me tell you guys. I have Reggie White in my organization. The All-Pro. Reggie White. You guys know Reggie? I always say from the Green Bay Packers. Most of you remember from the Philadelphia Eagles. It's like, yeah, you know Reggie. Have you met Reggie a few times and you didn't really want to meet him? Every time he'd sack you, he'd pick you up and say, God bless you. God loves you. He'd always say that, and sometimes you sit back and go, why in the world would I go prospect somebody like Reggie White? Why would I prospect somebody who's made it? I guarantee you guys, you show somebody who's successful a way to make more money, be more successful, they're interested. That's why you've got to make an inventory of everybody that you can possibly think of without pre-qualifying anybody. Okay? Now, because your prospect list will never be complete because you meet people every single day. But once you have your initial list written out, then I want you to go back and pre-qualify some people that meet 3 criteria. Okay? The first one is, go back through your entire list of names, and you should have a minimum of 100 names on this list. Go back through that entire list and put a check mark next to everybody's name who you have a mutual respect with. This is somebody that you could just call up and say, hey, Bob, this is Steve, how you doing? Good. Hey, listen, buddy, there's something you need to take a look at. Oh, yeah? What is it? Don't worry about it, I'm coming over. Click. And they would expect you to show up. We all have people in our lives like that. If you are stranded on the interstate at 3 o'clock in the morning, who would be the first person you call? Okay, AAA. Then who would you call? Then who would you call? I'll give you Tom's cell phone number later. Which is not a joke, because everybody has your cell phone number. That's all right. All right, number 2. Go back through your prospect list again and put a check mark next to everybody's name who you consider to be looking for something. They're money motivated and they're looking for an opportunity. So if you have a mutual respect with this person and you know they're looking for something, they have 2 check marks next to their name. And number 3, go back through your list one more time and put a check mark next to everybody's name who you know can afford to get started today. Now some of you are going, well, that excludes all my friends. That is not to exclude those people.
2 out of 3.
Because if that were the case, I would not be here today. I couldn't afford to get in. 22 years ago, I didn't have the money to get started. What I'm telling you guys is, if you want to get yourself off to a fast start, I'm talking, guys, I used to say, you know, when I say fast start, I'm talking senior executive marketing director in 30 days. I don't need, the way you can get promoted to senior exec today, Scott Bardulis, we got to get there in 14 days. It's 3 who get 3, okay? If you want to get yourself off to a fast start, I'm talking senior exec. In 2 weeks, if you have a mutual respect with this person, you know they're looking for something, and you know they've got the money, they've got 3 check marks next to their name. Everybody that has 3 check marks, that's considered your hot prospect list. Those are your hot prospects. Now, you might have 30, 40, 50 people that all have 3 check marks. You need to narrow it down to a top 5 or a top 10 list. Because this becomes your scorching hot prospect list. These are the people who need to hear about your opportunity, hear about Youngevity, before you go to bed tonight. Now, everything that we've done to this point, you can basically do in the comfort of your own living room. I mean, guys, you really haven't had to tell anybody you're involved in this business yet. I mean, you can sit down with your road atlases and your yellow pages and your high school yearbooks and your cell phone, and you can create a contact list. You can go through and make the 3 check mark qualification, and you can come up with a top 5 or a top 10 list. And you've got those top 5, those top 10 names sitting right in front of you. So what's the next step? Guys, you've got 5 people that you have a mutual respect with, you know they're looking for something, they've got the money, and you know they're going to make you $1 million each. What's the next step?
All of them.
You got to call them, right? Well, this is where the most interesting things begin to happen. Because suddenly we feel extremely tired, or it feels like a touch of the flu. We look at the telephone and it seems bigger somehow. We check the names on our list and try to pick out only the friendly ones. Right? We check the time and worry if it's a bad time to be calling. Maybe they're having an early supper. Maybe they're having a late supper. Maybe it's too late. The phone will wake somebody up. Maybe I better call Minya. Does that ring true with anybody in this room? You guys are just like, yeah, but I'm not putting my hand up, Steve. Anthony Robbins said that the road to someday leads to a town called nowhere. The road to someday leads to a town called nowhere. You have got to pick up the phone and make the call. But what in the world do you say? Now, guys, I'm not going to get into all of this, but I'm going to tell you that in the approach that you decide to use, please understand that less is more. The less you say, the better chance you have of getting somebody to come and look at the business. See, guys, I look at this business like a piece of art. It's not my job to get people to like my artwork. It's my job to get them to the museum. Parade them past this exhibit, let them stare at it for 30 minutes like last night, and then they can decide whether or not it's right for them. That's why I don't get discouraged when people say no. It's like, well, who cares? Steve, no, I don't want to be your customer. I don't want you to be around. It's like, who cares? You're just, yeah, you're still a friend of mine, but in my business mind, you're just a number. I'm just running numbers. I know I have to get a bunch of no's before I get some yeses. You, college roommate, best friend, mom and dad, you're just a no. You're just a number in my no category. Okay? So, in your approach, your main objective is to simply get them to the presentation. Guys, this is the approach that I've been using for a long, long time, okay? And some of you use this, some of you don't, but I'm not telling you that you have to do anything. I'm just telling you what I use. Guys, I'll call my friend Bobby, and I'll say, if I can show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? If I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? Yeah. Now just think about that statement for a second. Who says no to that? Who would say no to that? Okay, so here's how it works, you guys. I've got my top prospects, okay? My #1 prospect, let's say it's Bobby. I call my friend Bobby, and I say, Bonds. Okay, I'm on the phone with him, okay? I pick up the phone, I dial, he answers the phone, I say, Bonds, listen, man, let me ask you a question. If I could show you a way to make money, handing out something for free, would you be interested? Now, what's Bobby going to say to me? That's exactly what he's going to say. He's not going to say yes, because he knows me. He can beat me up. He has a license to beat me up, because we're friends, okay? Bobby, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? He goes, what? Now, in any conversation that you have, the person who is asking the questions is the person who's in control of the conversation. So when I call Bobby up and say, Bobby, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? And he says, what? What is what? A question. Hey, listen, buddy, I'm the one asking the questions around here. I don't answer his question. I completely ignore his question. And I simply say, Bobby, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? He goes, what? Bobby, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? What are you talking about? How does it work? Bobby, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? What is he eventually going to say?
Yes.
He's eventually going to say yes. I say, great, where are we having lunch today? Where are we having lunch today? I haven't mentioned Youngevity. I haven't mentioned Dr. Waller. I haven't mentioned 90 for Life. I haven't mentioned Healthy Body Challenge. I haven't mentioned any of that stuff. My goal is to get Bobby to the museum. Bobby and I go meet for lunch. As soon as we sit down for lunch, I give him a pharmacy discount card. Okay? I say, Bobby, I want to give you a gift. And I hand this card to him. I say, Bobby, the next time that you get a prescription filled, I want you to use this card. I said, Bobby, this card costs you absolutely nothing, but it's going to save you up to 85% or more in your prescriptions. Now, Bobby, do you have health insurance? I know he does because he's a teacher, okay? Not in my building, okay? He's a teacher. He goes, yeah. I said, great. Have the pharmacist run your insurance card and get a price. Then have the pharmacist run this card and get a price. You can't run both cards together because that's like using 2 coupons, okay? I said, Bobby, most 9 times out of 10, you're going to save more money with my card. And I stopped talking. And Bobby's got the card in his hand, and he's looking at it. And he's flipping it over, and he has no clue what he's even looking at. He's just kind of reading the words. He's like, okay. I said, but, you know what the best part about this card is? Every time that you use it, I get paid. Now my friend Bobby looks up and he goes, how? How do I get in on that? Well, Bobby, it's an opportunity with a company called Youngevity. Let me show you how it works. And then I go into the business presentation. If I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? To me right now, guys, that is the easiest door opener that I have. Okay, it's the easiest door opener that I have. I'm going to jump on a plane. I'm going to jump on a plane this afternoon, and I'm going to fly home. There will be somebody sitting next to me. And if that person is nice to me, I will change their life. If they're not nice to me, I will not talk to them, and I will sit with somebody else. But here's what's going to happen on the plane today. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to sit down, and it's a direct flight to Milwaukee. And I'm going to say to the person sitting next to me, once we get all settled a little bit, I'm going to say, so is Denver home or is Milwaukee home? And they're going to say something. They're going to say, oh, no, actually Milwaukee. So I'm going to say, really? Where do you live? Oh, I live in Shoreview. I said, oh my gosh, that's great. I live in Oconomowoc. I said, what were you out in Denver for? Business or pleasure? Oh, here on business. Really? What do you do? Now, once they get done telling me what they do for a living, what do you suppose they're going to ask me?
What do you do?
Well, since you asked. Now, when somebody says to me, so what do you do? What is that? That's a question. I'm in control of the conversation here. I'm going to ignore that question. Somebody says to me, so what do you do? So what do you do? Well, let me ask you this. If I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? Now, you know what the person on the plane is going to say to me? No. No. The people on the plane go, yeah. Who wouldn't be interested in that? Because they don't know me. There's that sense of respect that they can't shoot me down quite yet. Okay? I say, if I could show you a way to make money handing out something for free, would you be interested? They go, oh my God, of course. Who wouldn't be interested in that? I said, that's what I do for a living. I get paid to give stuff away for free. And then I stop talking. And the person next to me is like, can you expand on that maybe a little bit? And guys, on a flight from Denver to Milwaukee, 2 hours, wheels up to wheels down. Do I have time to go through a presentation? Big time. I've got that person right here. And I will do a business presentation, and we'll talk about the game, because we're going to be flying during the game today. It's going to be a disaster. Okay? Packers are playing, I'm going to be in the air. But I need you guys to give me some updates. I don't know. There better be Wi-Fi on the plane is all I can say. Okay? But guys, less is more. All you have to do is just listen. Just listen to what people are saying. Guys, don't go out and recruit. Recruit as you go out. Have you ever been like to a home show or a boat show or a car show, and somebody says, oh man, I'd love to have a boat like that? To me, I'm like, ding. I said, really? I said, what would it cost you on a monthly basis to get that boat? I don't know, $400 or $500 a month, I guess. I'll tell you what, if I could show you a way to make $400 or $500 to get that boat, would you be interested? Yeah, what are you doing? Hey, listen, I don't have time right now, but we need to get together. We don't have time. I don't have time right now, but we need to get together. Yeah, I do that when I don't even, like today, I don't even have a watch on. I don't have time right now, but we need to get together. Okay? I haven't told this person anything about Youngevity. They're interested in getting a boat. Let me show you how to get a new boat. Have you guys ever been out with friends? Maybe friends that you haven't seen for a while? And you don't really know how to bring Youngevity into the conversation? You know, we're sort of like sharks. It's like, come on, baby, bleed. Come on. Tell me how much you hate your job. Come on. How much is it going to cost to put braces on Jenny's teeth? Come on. I dare you. Just listen. Just listen to what people are saying, you guys. And you can turn any conversation into Youngevity's favor. When I was teaching, I would report to that school building at 8 o'clock every morning, and I would immediately go to the office. And I would talk to Shirley, our secretary, the person who really runs the school. All you principals know that, okay? And I would ask Shirley, I'd say, hey, what teachers are out of the building today? And I would get the names of the subs in their rooms, okay? And I'd go in there and I'd say, hey, I'm Steve, I'm over in 5th grade. If there's anything you guys need, just come across the hall and get me. Oh, by the way, are you looking for a full-time position? Now, teachers back me on this, but the standard answer was, yeah, if I could start subbing in the district, I'd get my foot in the door for a full-time position. I said, well, that's great. As a matter of fact, I think there's going to be an opening right here in this building. And they'd always look at me and go, why, whose? I said, mine. They said, why, what are you doing? I said, well, my wife and I, we started our own business, and I don't think I'm going to be working here much longer. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Yeah, me, yeah, my wife, yeah, my husband. I said, listen, I don't have time right now, But when do your kids go to music? When do your kids go to art? What are you doing for lunch today? Do you have to leave at 4 o'clock, or can you stick around a little bit later? Guys, by doing that, I sponsored 4 substitute teachers, and I sponsored the DARE officer who came into my classroom to teach, or the police officer who came into my classroom to teach the DARE program. Those 5 people came to me. Okay, those 5 people came to me. I just asked them the right questions. Don't go out and recruit. Recruit as you go out. Less is more. Now, then the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CDs. I know a lot of you are using this as a way to prospect people. Great way to prospect people. If you're out and about and you're talking to people and somebody says, you walk up, it's hard for me to walk up to somebody who I don't even know and go, hey, how you feeling? I can't do that. But I can say, hey, if I can show you a way to make money, handing out something for free. So everybody, you got to find whatever your comfort zone is here. But if you're with somebody, and you're going, hey man, how you doing? Like, oh, I'm all right, but man, I hurt my shoulder the other day. I said, really? I said, I work with a company that specializes in hurt shoulders. If I give you this CD, would you listen to it? Yeah? How you doing? Good. Gee, I twisted my knee the other day. I'm banged up a little bit. Well, you're not going to believe this, but I work with a company that specializes in twisted knees. I work with a company that specializes in this. Whatever the ailment is, okay? How you doing? Oh, I missed my flight. You're not going to believe it, but I work with a company that specializes in missed flights. Trust me, that's an ailment when you're flying, isn't it? Right? I'm a former pilot here. You know what missed flights are all about, right? And you hand them the CD. But I'll tell you guys about this CD. If you hand somebody the Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD, you've got to make sure that you put value to it. If you hand somebody the CD and say, can you listen to this? And they say yes, say when. When? Can you listen to it today? Yes, good. I need to pick it up at 4 o'clock. Can you listen to it by 4 o'clock? Yes. At 4 o'clock, you need to go over and pick it up. You knock on their door and say, hey, what'd you like best about the CD? And you know what they're going to say? Oh, I didn't have time to listen to it yet. And you're going to say, oh, man, that stinks, but I need it. Somebody else needs it. I need to give it to somebody else. And you take that CD and you leave. You've got 50 of them in your trunk, but drive away. And the person that you just took that CD from is going to go, oh my gosh, what did I just miss? Obviously, there's some value on that CD. And then later that night, if you want to stop back by their house and say, hey, I got my CD back, can you listen to it tonight? I'll pick it up tomorrow. But guys, if you don't show value to it, it's not going to mean much. Go back and pick those up. So guys, make your prospect list. Less is more. Don't pre-qualify anybody. Use the 3 checkmark qualifications to narrow it down, and simply invite somebody to look. All you're doing is inviting somebody to look. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, well, how long do you keep bugging people? I've invited this guy, and every week he's got an excuse why he can't show up. And my answer to that is, you bug them, and 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 you bug them until they see it. I had a college roommate who did that to me. My college roommate, Dan. I finally said to Danny, I said, Danny, I'm coming to your house, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I said, I don't care if you do it or not, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Because I don't want you to come to me 5 years from now, when I have quit my job, I'm driving this car, I'm living in this house. I don't want you to come to me 5 years from now and say, why didn't you show that to me earlier? I'm showing it to you now. Once you see it, I'll never bring it up again. But I'm going to give you this information. Let's go have lunch, or let's go meet someone. So that's my philosophy, guys, is that you get them the information and let them and turn them loose. But you got to get the information in front of them. But you got to have the mindset that says, who cares if they sign up? Who cares? All right? Who cares? You're out there to build success units. Go get 3. Who get 3? Take a deep breath, and then go do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Everything else takes care of itself. Now, we talk an awful lot, you guys, about this CEO position. We talk an awful lot about the value of CEO. And if you take a look at our compensation plan, we've got a lot of people in this room who are veterans in the network marketing industry. I see a lot of people who, Kurt, Tom and Denise, we got a lot of years. Scotty, we got a lot of years in the network marketing industry. I will stack our compensation plan up against any program out there. Guys, we win. We win. With the products that we have, and listen, you look at the products, and Ben's going to talk to you about these products. I know nothing about these products. I don't know anything about them. We don't have to know these. We don't have to know. Because Doc Wallach's already done the work. We've got the information about the products in these brochures. All I know is I'm supposed to take that Healthy Start Pack. And then for my aching knees and joints, I'm going to take a lot of glucogen. And I'm going to just take the chocolate because I just like it. I don't know what it does for me. I just eat it. Do you guys do that? You just take it because it's like, well, I'll take that. But I don't know. What's that for? I don't know. It just tastes good here. Doc said take one of these today. Okay? You don't have to know a lot about these products. But guys, when you take a look at our products, what Dr. Wallach has already done, the work is already done. All we're doing is just spreading his message. And then you combine that with this compensation plan, guys, there is nothing out there that's better than what we're doing. There's nothing better. I mean, really nothing better. Add a zero to what you're thinking right now. But if you take a look at the CEO leadership coding bonuses, the car bonuses, the global revenue sharing pool, and the stock options rewards program, if you are not CEO qualified, if you did not come in with that CEO package, you don't get paid any of this stuff. Now, this stuff is still pretty good, but why in the world, for doing the exact same work, why would you not want to get paid all of the money? I'm thinking you guys all want to get paid all of the money. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, some of you are going, yeah, Steve, but it's $500. And I get that. But let me show you why we made it $500. Okay. This is the old CEO package. Okay? $399.95. Now, what you got for that $399.95 was you got $115 worth of product. Okay? You got a Healthy Start Pack, $115. So when people came in with the old CEO pack, it really wasn't a question of if they're going to spend $400, because you're going to buy product no matter what. Even if you came in for 10, you're still going to buy product. Okay? So you got to take that $115 out of that equation. So with the old CEO pack, it really was a $285 decision. The $285, you sit there and go, okay, what was that for? Well, it's for the websites, the commissions that are paid out, all the training, all that other stuff that you get. Okay? So guys, you look at that and go, okay, for $285, one time, just a one-time payment of $285, that qualifies you for those coding bonuses, the global revenue sharing pool, the stock options, and the car bonus. So for $284 one-time payment, that qualifies you for all of this for life. A complete no-brainer. Then, Bill Andreoli and Steve Wallach, in their wisdom, which I sometimes they baffle me at some of the things that they do. I'm like, how can you afford to do this? They come up with the CEO Mega Pack. Now, granted, it's $100 more, but you're getting $400 more worth of product. Okay? You're getting 2 Healthy Start Packs, plus Rebound, plus Body Trim, plus BTT and the stick packs, plus the Pound Burst, plus the CM Cream, plus the chocolate, plus still all of the training material. So guys, you're getting $500 worth of product for $500. And we're still paying out the Fast Start bonuses. We're still paying out the coding bonuses. They've completely lost their minds. Completely lost their mind. So that $284 that I showed you on the previous screen here, the company's basically eating that. They're just giving that away now with the CEO Mega Pack. Everybody needs to come in with the CEO Mega Pack. And guys, I know, it's $500. I get it. But if you truly believed in going out and building a business, you're going to make way more than $500 when you go build your first success unit. I don't care if you're even a brand new rep. You're going to get the $300 in fast starts. You're going to get the quick start bonuses. You're going to build the residuals. So guys, I mean, where in the world can you start, own, and operate your own business? You get $500 worth of product that you're going to use anyways for $500. It doesn't make any sense. Everybody that you talk to, guys, they need to come in with that CEO Mega Pack. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let me walk through this with you guys real quick. Tommy, how are we doing on time?
You're doing fine.
Are we okay? All right, we're good. Guys, these positions right here, okay? All these different positions here. Every time that you promote yourself, you get paid more money. And I'm not going to really go through it. You guys know how to get to senior exec, 3 who get 3, okay? But every time that you promote yourself, you're going to get paid more money. So in other words, when you become a regional marketing director with Youngevity, what happens is, guys, is that you cross over a line, okay? And now you've got this big fancy title that says Regional Marketing Director. The very next person that you bring in, that comes in with that CEO pack, you're going to get a $15 coding bonus on that person. But when that person goes out and gets others, who get 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 others, paid to an unlimited number of levels, everybody that comes in with a CEO pack, you make $15 per person. That's on top of the fast starts and the residuals and everything else. That $15 can be as high as $190. The company's going to pay out $190 for every single new person who comes into the business with a CEO pack. Now the question is, who gets that money? How do they divide this money up? Okay? Now, I'm going to walk through this with you. What I'm about to show you is on video in your back office. You can watch it again and again and again, because I'm not expecting you to get this the very first time. But let me just show you how this works. Let's say that this is you, and you promoted yourself to Senior Executive Marketing Director. You are now a Senior Executive. How do you, remember how we do that? 3 who get 3. Now you're a Senior Executive. So now you're sitting there going, yes. You sort of step over the line. You've got this big fancy title. You've got all of these people over here, these 12 people that got you to Senior Exec, okay? So now you're a Senior Exec, but you're all by yourself. All those people are still there, but now what you want to do is you want to build your Senior Executive Marketing Director code. So the very first thing you do, the first person you bring in is me, okay? I come in with the CEO pack. Now, as soon as I come in with the CEO pack, the computer at Youngevity starts asking questions. The computer at Youngevity says, okay, who is Steve's upline regional marketing director? Okay? That person's going to get a $15 bonus. The computer says, who is Steve's upline executive marketing director? Whoever that person is going to get a $20 bonus. And the computer says, who is Steve's upline senior executive marketing director? Whoever that person is gets a $65 bonus for a total of $100. Now, in this scenario, there's nobody between me and you. So you must be the regional, you must be the executive, and you must be the senior. So that $15, $35, and $65 bonus go directly to your bank. Because you brought me in, you get a $100 coding bonus on me. On top of the fast starts, residuals, on top of everything else. Okay, so far so simple? I should stop right now, shouldn't I? Now watch this. I go out and I bring in my buddy Pat. Once again, the computer system says, hey, who is Pat's upline regional marketing director? Who's Pat's upline executive? Who's Pat's upline senior exec? Well, guys, oops, let me back up. I'm not promoted to any of those positions yet, am I? So the computer looks upline and sees you, so that $100 bill goes directly back to your bank. So I come in, I bring in Pat, let's say I bring in Lisa, and I bring in Jill. These 3 people come into business. I am not a regional yet. I'm not an executive yet. I'm not a senior exec yet. So these $100 coding bonuses bypass me, because I'm not promoted yet, and they go directly to your bank. So those $300 bills right there go to you. So you've brought in me, I've brought in 3, and you've made $400 so far. You're going, this is the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. Now, because I brought in 3 people here, what level did I just promote to? Steve is now a regional marketing director. Okay? These 3 people that got me to regional, they are still in my downline. Okay, I'm still getting residuals and all that stuff on them, but they're in your coded downline, in your coded group, because they got me to that position. Okay? So now I'm a regional, and I'm all by myself. I'm excited because I'm happy for Pat, Lisa, and Jill, but I want to start my code. So the next person that I bring in is my buddy Bob. Okay? Computer system says, who is Bob's upline regional marketing director? Steve. Okay? I just got promoted, so that $15 for Bob goes to my bank. The computer says, who is Bob's upline executive marketing director? The computer says, who is Bob's upline senior exec? So there's still that $35 and that $65 code, or there's still $65 out there waiting to be, or $85 to be paid. Well, I'm not an executive, I'm not a senior exec, so that money goes back to you. So I get $15, and this $85 goes to your bank. I get 15 of the 100, because I get the $15 regional code. So far, so simple. I go out and I bring Bill into the business. I get another $15. Where does the $85 go? To your bank. I bring in Mary. I get another $15. You get another $85. So where I've collected $45 in code, 15, 15, 15, you've collected $655. What's 655 plus 45? 700. There better be 7 circles on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Youngevity's still paying out $700. Okay? Now, Pat goes out and brings in Joe. There's another $100 coding bonus that goes directly to your bank. Joe goes out and brings in Jane. Another $100 is paid, that goes directly to your bank. Because these are fully coded to you. Bob goes out and brings in Susie. I get 15, that goes to my bank. Where does the other 85 go? To you. Now, I've done everything that I need to do to get promoted to the next level. Okay? I just promoted myself to executive marketing director. So once again, I move into a new coding group. These people all are in my downline. They're still obviously in your downline, but they're in your, everybody stays in their same code. Now I'm an executive marketing director. I'm all by myself here. I have to start it with a new person. First person I bring in is Mike. Once again, the computer system says, who is Mike's upline regional? That person gets a $15 bonus. Who is Mike's upline executive? That person gets a $20 bonus. Who is Mike's upline senior exec? That person gets $65. Well, because I'm the regional and I'm the executive, I get a $35 coding bonus. That goes to my bank. There's still 65 out there for the senior above me. I'm not a senior yet. Computer traces that back to you, so you get the additional 65. So where you're getting 65 of the 100, I'm getting 35 because I'm the executive marketing director. Everybody in this room, you're getting $100 per person. Everybody in this room, you're getting $85 per person. And everybody in this room, you're getting $65 per person. Now, I promote myself to senior exec. Now I'm at the same level that you're at. Okay, so I'm over here on the wall now. The next person that I bring in, I get the full $100 code, don't I? Because I'm the regional, I'm the executive, and I'm the senior exec, just like you did with me. So I get the $100 coding bonus. What do you get in code? Nothing. I just coded you out. I got to the same position that you got. Got to. Now, some of you are going, that's not good. It's not good. It's great. It's great. Because in order for me to get to the same level that you're at, look how many people I had to put in my group. Okay? I had to put all these people in my group to get promoted. Now, I'm going to go back before we had the CEO mega pack, okay? But guys, to become a senior executive marketing director, it normally will take about 36 people. Okay? Now, These 36 people, so in other words, you guys brought me into the business. In order for me to get to where you're at, I'm going to have to put about 36 people in my group to get there. Some of those people you're going to get $100 on, some you're going to get $85 on, and some you're going to get $65 on, depending on what room they're in. Well, let's just assume that you're going to get, let's just assume that you're going to get $65 for all of them, which is the absolute worst case scenario, okay? So now, I just dropped 36 new people into your organization and coded out. So in other words, guys, are you willing to trade 36 for 1? Yes. I will trade 36 for 1 all day long. I just coded out, you just lost 1 person, but you gained 36. Now, what do these 36 people have to do in order to get to the same level that you're at? They have to do the same thing. They have to bring in 36. So 36 times 36 is 1,296 new IMDs. Well, 1,296 IMDs at $65 per person, worst case scenario, congratulations, you just made $84,000 in code. You want these people to code out from underneath you. Now, what do these 1,296 new people have to do in order to become an executive like you? So 1,296 times 36, you've got over almost 46,665 new people at $65 per person. Worst case scenario, congratulations, you just made over $3 million in coding bonuses. The fog has just rolled in. Now guys, that's if all 36 of those people each go do what you did. 36 who get 36 who get 30. It's never going to work that way. Guys, what if 90% of this example doesn't work? Well, I still think you guys would be pretty excited with the coding money that can be made. I mean, this is why. These coding dollars here, this is the reason that we have $1 million monthly earners in our industry. And guys, I just showed you the example at $100. The senior exec position. These coding bonuses pay as high as $190 per person. So basically, take the numbers I showed you here and just double it. It's crazy the amount of money that this company is willing to pay us. Get yourself coded. Get yourself to the highest position possible and continue to build success units. Guys, this is an iceberg. And if you notice here, the part that you can see above the water line, that represents our 8-level compensation bill. The part that you can't see, the part below the water line here, this represents your coded organization. Because our coding bonuses are paid to an unlimited number of levels. And guys, if you notice here, the majority of the people in your organization are going to be in the middle. You know, people always say, oh, it's one of those pyramid deals. It's like, no, it's diamond shaped here. So the next time somebody says, oh, it's one of those pyramid deals, no, it's one of those diamond deals. You want to go out there and build, the biggest iceberg that you can possibly build. Coding bonuses paid to an unlimited number of levels. Clear as mud, everybody? Yep. You're going to have to hear that again and 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 again. All right, hold on. I'm going to skip this. All right. Do you guys believe that?
Yep. Yeah.
That was rounding. That was really encouraging. Okay, hold on. Everybody in this room is a millionaire. Yeah, I like that even better. Seriously, guys, do you believe that?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you. If you guys don't believe that, nobody else will. You guys have a $1 million business sitting in front of you. Some of you have a multi-million-dollar business sitting in front of you. The key is you have to go get it. You have to go get it. All right? Because nobody's going to give it to you. But you guys already know what to do. You're already here. That's why you're already successful. That's why you're here. Somebody said to me one time, they said, well, what does the average person in Youngevity make? I said, there aren't any average people in Youngevity. Because we will go out and do what the average person won't do, right? All right, let's wrap this up. Here we go, guys. 4 things you must understand. Number 1, understand that Youngevity is going to happen with or without any of us in this room. It is going to happen anyway. It might as well happen underneath us. Number two, understand that this is just a great idea. Guys, Dr. Wall has already done the work. We're just spreading the message. Number three, understand that you must create the why. You must create the why. We didn't really talk too much about goals today, but guys, if you know why you're building it, you'll figure out how to build it. And number four, understand that it's possible. Guys, whatever your goal, whatever your dream in this business is, it's possible. Because probably somebody else has already done it. Every single morning when you guys wake up and you look in the mirror, this is what you should see. You know what that little cat is saying right there? What lucky son of a gun is going to run into me today? What lucky son of a gun is going to run into me today? I said this last night, guys, but you know, we're really in a unique position because every single day when we wake up, every single morning when we wake up, we've got a chance to change somebody's life. We really do. That's a pretty powerful thing to have. It's an awesome feeling. Here we go. 3 things you must do. Number 1, just do something. Do something. Do something with your business every single day and good things are going to happen. Don't worry about the bumps in the road. Guys, keep it simple. George Bernard Shaw said that the people who make it in this world are the people who look for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. Go create your own luck. And number 3, make a commitment to it. Not only to yourselves, but to your family. And I've got a saying in this business, and that is you don't get into Youngevity until Youngevity gets into you. And I know that I'm in enemy territory here, but if I cut myself on this wrist, I would bleed Green Bay Packer green and gold. No. But on this side, it's Youngevity, blue, green, whatever color we are. Guys, don't miss this. We all have something incredibly special in our hands. Don't miss this. When you walk out of here today and you get beat up, just put a little smile on your face going, it's all part of that broken glass that Steve was talking about, just stick with it. I say this at every training, and that is just be here 1 year from today. Just be here 1 year from today. If you are here 1 year from today, you know good things are going to happen. Failure cannot handle persistence. Go Broncos, and I'll meet you guys all in Louisiana at the Super Bowl. Okay? I'll meet you guys all at the Super Bowl. Deal?
Yeah.